Hey fellas, it's a little after 9. I'm looking at emails for the last hour and a half and watching some videos of VW Darren. He says he's got some more of those hubcaps left. I might go pick up another one. They're pretty cool. And let's see, we're working on 66 degrees in the garage. Supposed to be in the low 70s today. And we still got high clouds, but there's hardly a breeze. I should be doing body work rather than doing mechanical work. Last night, my son came by, and we got this up on the bench, and I put on a shock, and as you see, it comes up here, it hits the panhard bar. So, and that's in the top position. So what it have to do is, I figured out that this is a 3.5 inch radius. We'd have to radius 3.5 inches out. And the panhard bar bracket, and I'm still kicking around whether I want to do it. Excuse me. Several years ago, we went to the Heights factory, me and my sons, and I took pictures of their 67. And their 67, they showed their setup was, they had it in the middle. And I just might go back to that, regardless that I was looking for a little bit more ground clearance. But seeing that there's hardly any suspension travel with these on there, I'll probably go back to the middle one and keeping it that way. Probably email Heights and see what they have to say, and we'll go from there. But if that's the case, then my son gets back from taking his daughter to school. We'll probably slide this in today and try to get it in the car. So, also, my order last night from TC Global, they sent me the wrong item. And this is for HO Motorsports. Anthony, little guy. Oh, sure. Now it's not going to cooperate. I can't do this one-handed. Yeah, but the mouth always works great, pulling apart. Look at this nifty little airbrush stand they sent me. Holds 5 airbrushes. And I didn't ask for an airbrush stand. I asked for a paint gun stand to hold the new paint gun. But they sent me this. Anthony, little guy, if you want this, I'll box this up. Well, put it back in this box and put this box in another box, and I'll send it off to you. I have no use for it whatsoever. My airbrush stuff is up there, and then when I do use it, it's down here for a model and just for painting, and then it's all put back up there. I don't leave any of this airbrush out. And I was looking at little guy's videos, and it looks like he has a couple stands, but this one would hold 5 airbrushes. It looks pretty adjustable, and from looking at that, it looks like it clamps to the table. So just let me know. Just drop me an email and let me know if you want this, and I'll be more than willing to box it up and send it to you. So we're back on this today. Again, like I said, if I decide that I'm not going to radius the panhard bar bracket here, which I don't think I should, and Heights 67 Camaro, they set it up with it on the middle one. I think I'm going to do the same. Put it back on the middle one and just put this back in the car and be done with it and start assembling the back end. Talked to Summit yesterday on the Willwood brake kit. It's supposed to ship tomorrow. They're in Southern California, so here to Las Vegas should be no more than 2 days. So if it ships tomorrow, I should Tuesday, Wednesday at the latest, I should have it. So if that's the case, then I want to get this back in, because then I just want to put the brakes on and then do the brake lines. And Ruben, see, you get preformed brake lines. And they're not really expensive. I think this whole thing cost me $69 for the whole car. So they're not really that expensive. So, and I'll have to modify those because of the 4-wheel disc and a different master cylinder. But I can do that with a tubing bender and take care of it that way. But Ruben, seriously, think about it. Find yourself a catalog. I think Classic Industries deals in Unova. Might check out elsewhere, but I checked to see what brake lines you can and cannot get. And yeah. So that's where we're at today. I'm going to take this shock back off and box up that for Anthony. And when I have more, I'll turn this back on later. Hey fellas, my son's here and we're getting it back in. I decided not to radius the panel bar bracket and put it back on the same settings that Heights had their 67 in. So we got the old Continental Walker jack in here, and we're getting this in. Next will be the shocks. More later. Alright fellas, rear end's in, shocks are hooked up. Next will be the panhard bar. Then last will be the sway bar. We took it off the dollies, which are hanging back up there, and put the jack stands back underneath the rear end. So I'm going to sit out here, I'm going to get the panhard bar in, and then from there I'll try with the sway bar links, gotta say that slow, and see what happens. Won't be able to do a full day out here. I gotta get cleaned up. I got a meeting. Guy wants to hire me for part-time to do fire inspections, and I can use the extra cash to throw into this thing. So, you know, us retired folks on fixed income don't have too much money. So when I get that done, I'll turn this back on later. Hey fellas, it's going on 11:30, and I decided I'd paint the panhard bar. Since I painted the upper coil cross member, coil over cross member, I said, what the hell, let's paint the panhard bar. So I'm going to go ahead and paint this, and then once it dries and gets cured, I'll put it in. That'll probably be tomorrow, but we'll see. Got about an hour and a half left before I got to start getting cleaned up for my meeting this afternoon. As always, when I have more, I'll turn this back on later. Hey fellas, I'm going to go ahead and let this panhard bar finish. I just gave it one more coat. I'm going to let it cure overnight, and I'll put it in tomorrow. Probably have another video tomorrow. So let's take a look underneath here and how it turned out. Yep, wiring's all up and out of the way. Fuel lines up and out of the way. So, all's good. So what we'll do is tomorrow we'll put the sway bar links in. We'll do the panhard bar, and maybe start routing some brake lines, getting that out and take a look, but there's no point in doing the backs. We can start the front. I got to still bench bleed the master cylinder and still get that in here. So we could do that too. So we'll keep moving on. Again, the new brake kit, here's the old one, won't be here until next week. So I want to keep moving, and hopefully by not this weekend, but next weekend, this thing's down on all fours and I can pull it in and out of the garage again. As always, thanks for watching. Later, guys.